What's up everybody, welcome back to our channel. We are going to have another tech review today. We are going to talk about this laptop, HP Specter X360, which is the premium version of HP laptops. It is in the same class as Dell XPS 15 and MacBook Pro 16. It is supposed to be a powerhouse of a laptop. Comes in a dedicated GPU and a 6-core 10th generation CPU, Intel CPU. We are going to put this laptop through its paces. We're going to see some benchmarks, gaming benchmarks, as well as the stress test, and we're going to talk about its design. This laptop design, as well as its price compared to the other premium laptops out there, is the thing that makes it different from the other laptops out there. So let's get to it. Let's first see a quick unboxing. Let's see what comes inside the box, and then we'll talk about the design, and from there we'll talk about the benchmarks and so on and so forth. Okay, let's talk about the aesthetics of the device first. First of all, it's a very beautiful device. It is very well built. It's a little bit of fingerprint. I've been using this device for a week or two now, so that's why you see all of the fingerprints on the lid. But it's a very well built device. It has a very specific type of design that is that I've only seen on HPs. As you can see, the corners here are cut in a specific way, so it doesn't look like a regular premium laptop. It has a very huge trackpad. The trackpad is a little bit centered to the left because of the presence of this numpad here, but that's not a problem. It works fine for me. I don't use this trackpad that much. I don't like the HP's trackpad in general. It's the same design philosophy as the other trackpads on the HPs. The power button is right here. And in order to sign into the laptop, you can actually use the fingerprint scanner right here, or the face login that is up here. Which is pretty accurate. It signs in instantly, as you can see. The display is a very high quality display. It's actually a 4K panel, 4K OLED panel, and you can see, I don't know if you can see this on the YouTube on your screen, but the OLED panel on this is phenomenal. Of course, it is a touch screen. It comes with a pen and also a case, as you saw in the unboxing part of the video. And actually it is a 360 degrees laptop, so you can use it in this mode, or you can use it in tense mode, and you can use it as a tablet. I don't think anyone would use a 15-inch laptop as a tablet, but if you wanted to, you always have the option. And that's one of the cool things about these laptops, I think, in my opinion. So Dell XPS 15 and MacBook Pro don't have this option. Dell XPS 15 comes with the 4K OLED option, but it is not a 2-in-1. It is a regular clamshell laptop, and MacBook Pro 16 doesn't even have the touch. So this is a very welcome option that HP has included right here. The other good thing about the laptop is that it comes with 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports that you can use for charging as well. But if you want to get the full power of the laptop, I would assume you want to use the regular charger that I have included, and the charging port is right here, beside the full-size HDMI laptop, HDMI port. And the reason for that is being that the regular charger comes with 130 watts of power, but the most powerful USB-C charger I've seen out there is only 100 watts. Dell XPS 17 actually comes with 130 USB-C charger, but I don't think that charger would work on this because Dell claims they have their own special technology that enables them to get 130 watts of power from the Thunderbolt 3. But as far as the ports, as I mentioned, the two Thunderbolt 3 ports, you have a legacy USB port on this side and a full-size HDMI on this side. You also have the audio jack, and there is another button here that I really like, and it's the physical kill switch for your webcam. So essentially what happens here, let me log in. This is the camera. We'll talk about the camera quality a little bit later, but when you slide this kill switch to off, this is what's going to happen. It's just gonna kill the camera through hardware. It doesn't do it through Windows software. So I would assume that's more welcome security. I would like the slide button that comes on the on most of the Lenovo laptops a little more, because that gives me a little more confidence that I'm controlling whether I'm being spied on or not with these big tech companies. I would say in general, I think this is a phenomenal design. It's a very beautiful design, but I don't like this. I think it's too much, right? I think Dell XPS 15 has done a better job. It's very sleek, it's very beautiful, and it's very simple, right? It does the job and it looks beautiful. But HP, it's a very beautiful design. It's a gold and brown combination. I think it's a little bit too fancy, at least for my taste. Of course, other people have their own opinion, but definitely a very premium laptop. Screen flex is very minimal, very minimal. It is metal all around. It is built very well. And let's try the one hand open. As you can see, you can open this laptop with one hand. Eventually, I should say that this is a very well built machine, but I wouldn't buy this for myself. If I had to choose, I will definitely go the extra mile, pay a little more, and buy the Dell XPS 15. But if you are tight on the budget, this is a perfectly good laptop. It works very well, and the design is beautiful. There's also one other good thing about this laptop is that HP runs constant deals on this laptop. I was able to buy this for $500 discount. I was able to buy this for $1,500, which is a phenomenal price for this premium laptop. You cannot find a Dell XPS with the same specs or a MacBook Pro 16 with the same specs for this kind of price. So that's it for the aesthetics of the device. Let's get to the audio and video quality, the recording quality, and we will talk a little bit about display quality, and we will actually see how well the CPU and GPU will handle the task you're going to throw at it. Let's talk about the pen and the writing quality on the HP, on this HP Specter X360 laptop. It comes with the HP Tilt pen, which is one of the newer generations of HP pens. This pen only works with this laptop or the other laptops that are made to work with the HP Tilt pen. So you cannot use an older HP pen with this laptop. But the thing is, you don't need to go out and buy these newer pens. The laptop comes with a pen for free, which is, I guess, a good thing compared to Dell or Microsoft Surface or any other manufacturer out there, a laptop manufacturer out there. So let's do the quality. I really like the pen myself. I think I can see the improvement. And we have already seen that this is a 2-in-1 laptop. Let me create a new whiteboard. Can I start writing? You can see the quality of pen. It is actually pressure sensitive, so if you pressure it a little harder, you can see it is going to be a little bolder, the font. But the tip of the pen is very rigid, so it always makes a very loud noise when you type on the display. So if you are recording your screen typing, you have to make sure that you keep that in mind, because it is going to be disturbing of your, if you want to talk when you're recording the screen writing, or if you're teaching or something, it is going to be disturb the audio of your recording. But the quality of the pen is good. It's good enough. The good thing I really would say would have been better for the pen quality is a lower quality display for a 1080p. As you can see, let me actually make this a little bigger. As you can see, with bigger brushes, you don't see any problem. But with the smaller brushes, at the end here specifically, it is not going to give you a very straight line, which I've seen this on my Dell XPS 13 as well, the 2-in-1 version. And I think it's because of the very high display quality, the 4K quality, which is too much for this type of display, for this type of laptops, for this size of display. But then again, that's not a real problem. You can definitely work with it, because with bigger brush sizes you don't see that problem, and when you're writing you definitely don't see this problem at all. So in general, I would say this is a very good pen. One thing I like about it is that you can charge it, but the battery capacity is very low. So essentially you have to charge it every other week. Let's talk about the audio quality a little bit. We have seen the audio recording and video recording quality, but the speakers quality we haven't talked about. Before doing that, I just want to introduce this YouTube channel I'm using to do this test. It is called the Audio Library, and it's essentially going to give you free music to test your speakers. And if you upload this music on YouTube, it's not going to give you any copyright strikes. So if you were to create content, you can definitely use this. But let's test the speakers. Always on my mind, I could be alone, never far from sight. As far as we go, through the darkest night, I hope it brings you peace of mind. I know we'll be alright, no matter where you go. Always on my mind, I could be alone. Okay, these are definitely not the best speakers I've heard. Of course, MacBook Pro's speakers are far ahead. There's no comparison. The newer Dell XPS speakers are also much better. But the first problem you're gonna get with these speakers is that they are bottom firing, so you don't see the very high noise levels, sound levels that you want to hear from these speakers. And also, as you heard in this music test, in the speaker test, the very high-pitched sounds gets a little bit noisy. So the quality speaker quality is good, but I wouldn't say it is the best, especially if you end up playing games on this, and we're gonna see some gaming benchmarks as well. If you end up playing games on this, you probably want to use your headphones, not just because of the speaker quality, but because also of the fan noise. This HP laptop comes with a camera on top, so you don't get a nose cam, but this is the industry trend for the premium laptops in 2020, and it started in 2019. They have when that Dell actually moved the camera from the bottom of the bottom chin to the top of the display, but HP used to do this from the get-go. They never moved to the bottom chin, and they still have the camera on top. Camera quality is a 720p HD camera. That's the industry standard. The only tablet or laptop that comes with a better camera, as far as I know, is the Surface camera. And what you're seeing is being recorded on the device's audio recording, the mic, and as well as the camera, so you can judge the quality for yourself. Let's talk about the benchmark now. In Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you will get a maximum frame rate of 40, average frame rate of 23, and a minimum frame rate of 4. In Far Cry New Dawn, you will get a maximum frame rate of 60, average of 51, and minimum of 31. Keep in mind that I didn't have any footage, any recording of the Far Cry New Dawn. That's why what you're seeing is on the Assassin's Creed Odyssey recordings. In Horizon Zero Dawn, we are gonna get the maximum frame rate of 36, average frame rate of 22, and minimum frame rate of 15. Keep in mind that these benchmarks are for medium or low qualities. On this specific one, the benchmarking was done on the low quality, and as you can see, even the rendering of the game is very tough for the laptop. I would assume if you purchase a gaming laptop with this GPU, it will perform better because of the thermal headroom a gaming laptop has. But the performance of this laptop in this game is definitely very awful. It is not on par with any other gaming laptop. The last game we want to test is GTA 5. In GTA 5, you get a maximum frame rate of 34, average frame rate of 29, and minimum frame rate of 22. One thing I have to mention before moving to a stress test is that these recordings, the recordings themselves that you see on the screen, are not from the HP laptop, but from other laptops. So the frame rates you see on the screen, other than what I have written myself, are not the actual representative of what this laptop has done. Next up, we have the results for the stress test. We have only ran the CPU stress test because this is not a gaming oriented laptop. The first test we ran was the Geekbench 5 test, which we got a single core score of 933, a multi-core score of 3762, and an OpenCL score of 39,097. And for the Cinebench, for which you are seeing the recording beneath the results, we got a very bad score of 1,542. I actually ran the Cinebench test on this laptop a couple of times. So the Cinebench score we are getting is actually lower than the Cinebench score I got from my Gigabyte Aero 15, which was around the 2000. I don't know what has happened inside this laptop, but probably there's a problem with thermal management. There may be other problems that I'm not aware of, but I ran the test a couple of times. This is the score I got, plus minus 10 points. If you're in the market for a premium laptop, this is going to be your cheapest option. I don't want to say it's going to be your best option, but it's definitely going to be your cheapest option out there. as you saw in the stress test results, for some reason I couldn't get the CPU to perform as well as other 10th generation CPUs out there. So it is a 6-core, 6-core. Sorry, I'm back. So it is a 6-core, 12-thread CPU, and it's the 10th generation. It's the latest and greatest, but it performed worse than a Core i7 6700 HQ, which tells me that there is a problem with the unit I have here. I actually ran the Cinebench benchmark on this for 10 times, I guess, but I got around the same result, 1500, which is a very low result for this type of CPU. So there's either a problem with the HP's design, or there's a problem with the unit I have here. Other than that, the laptop performed as expected. It's a premium laptop. It's a premium performance laptop, so it comes with a discrete GPU and supposedly very good CPU and 16 GB of RAM. One of the problems is that there is no way to upgrade the RAM on this laptop. You can definitely upgrade the SSD, but there is no way to upgrade the RAM, so you're stuck with whatever you get, which is not the case for Dell XPS. So I would say if you don't really need a discrete GPU, probably it is better for you to go out and buy the Dell XPS 15 or even the Dell XPS 17, because that laptops, I've tested the Dell XPS 17, which essentially is the same size as this 15-inch laptop. So that's one thing I like about Dell a little more. And it comes with the same CPU. The CPU benchmarks are a little better than what I saw in this HP. And you can upgrade the RAM up to, I'm not sure if it's 64 gigabytes or 128 gigabytes. It's probably 64 gigabytes. Yeah, 64 gigabytes of RAM. You can upgrade the RAM up to 64 gigabytes. So later on, if you needed more RAM, you can always add more RAM, which you're gonna be stuck with whatever you get in this laptop. But it comes in cheaper, so you should see where your priority is. Do you need a discrete GPU, or do you need a better laptop, or do you need a cheaper laptop? I would say if you need a cheap laptop, you probably don't want to buy a premium one. You want to go out and buy a budget laptop. Yeah, but so as a final call, I would say I really like the laptop. I don't like the design that much. I like the simpler design a little more. The good thing is it comes with a pen and a leather case. It performs well, a little worse than I expected, but it performs well. But I wouldn't buy this laptop for myself. So that's it for the review today. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel, and comment on the video if you have any questions or comments.